asking someone out while they are working, or in a setting where they cannot leave, sitting directly beside someone when there are plenty of empty seats available, telling someone to smile. I personally find it unsettling when men claim that only unattractive guys can be creepy. It assumes that women only acknowledge attractive men while disregarding everyone else, and suggests that any inappropriate behavior would be excusable if they were more physically appealing, whispering something under their breath as they pass by like, "Wow, you're so gorgeous." Seriously, if you want to compliment a stranger, at least try not to sound like a serial killer. I dislike it when men refer to the wife as if she's an object like the lawnmower or the TV. Me, I'm married, shows wedding ring random guy. I don't believe you. That's what they all say. It becomes disturbing when they refuse to accept anything you say and keep pushing for you to leave with them. That kind of relentless behavior is unnerving. When men ask, "Where's my hug?" I, 31F, was carrying a large suitcase up the stairs at a train station the other day. A man, trying to be helpful, grabbed my bag without asking. I had to tell him multiple times that I was fine and didn't need assistance. The suitcase wasn't even that heavy, just bulky. Don't take other people's belongings without their consent. I know he meant well, but still, insulting someone after being rejected, sharing unsolicited details about their sex life, placing a hand on my waist to squeeze by. I swear, I will not hesitate to kick you. There is absolutely no reason to do that, and it enrages me every single time. As a guy who frequents bars, I find it incredibly disturbing when men ask bartenders they barely know what time they finish their shift. It gives off strong, "I'll be waiting for you in the parking lot" vibes. Here's a rundown of creepy things men have done to me in the past year. Following me around my neighborhood. This has happened multiple times. Some even stop and try to talk to me, leading to the next issue. Cornering me at my car so I can't leave. Pressuring me for sex. Making inappropriate remarks. Staring for way too long. Touching me in any way when we are not close. It's just outright creepy. Showing up at my workplace to chat. It's not all men, but too many excuse this behavior when it's their friend, brother, or cousin doing it. Asking me if I live alone. That question feels disturbingly intrusive. Can't imagine they'd ask another man the same thing. Talking to me, another man, as if I share their misogynistic views, especially when I don't even know them. Since my wife doesn't work from home, she's out and about more often. Recently, she vented to me, "What's with male Uber drivers asking if I'm heading to my boyfriend's house? It's such an obvious way to gauge if I'm available." Same thing happens when she answers the door for food deliveries. There's always weird small talk about her routine, like whether they've seen her at a certain store. It makes her uncomfortable when strange men try to track her schedule. A simple, "How's your day?" is fine. It's friendly, but prying into personal details? Not okay. That's why I've stopped quieting our dog when she barks at delivery drivers. I want them to know there's an alert, protective dog just inside. Backing up the kind woman who tipped them well. Telling random women they don't know to smile. As a guy, here are some behaviors I've noticed from other men. Hitting on significantly younger women. Harassing women at the gym. Offering women unwanted massages, especially those awkward shoulder rubs when they're seated. Persisting in trying to get someone's attention when they are clearly not interested. Not backing off when a woman has indicated, verbally or physically, that she's not interested, but instead continuing to push or assuming persistence will change her mind. Standing way too close in a line, leaving almost no personal space. The other night, a man asked me for directions when it was already late. I said I didn't know and walked off. He then nearly followed me all the way home, forcing me to stop at a store. He was eerily silent, and when I turned around to grab a bottle of water, he was right there behind me. Are we just going to ignore unsolicited doc pics? Some guys even airdrop them. One guy once told me that women actually appreciate it because they want to know what they're dealing with. No one is dealing with anything if that's your introduction. I don't know why you're being so cautious. If I intended to harm you, I already would have. A friend's acquaintance said this to me when visiting a foreign country for the first time, completely disregarding objections to their advances. They insist on driving you home. It's just around the corner. No need to waste money on an app, they're going that way anyway. Don't worry, they're not that kind of guy. They're married. Eventually, you're left hiding in the restroom, calling someone else to pick you up. I'm a guy who delivers food, but I have a name that sounds feminine. Some men will wait outside, even though the delivery is marked as contactless and says to leave the food at the door. Others call me before I arrive, trying to flirt, only to be visibly disappointed when they see I'm a guy. One even harassed me, so I kept his $70 worth of food and ate it myself. flirting with or hitting on women at work, making remarks about their bodies, making any sort of sexually suggestive comment to someone they're not intimate with, and refusing to take no for an answer. When I was 19, I worked at a pizza place taking phone orders for delivery or pickup. One guy placed an order for delivery, then suddenly switched to pickup. When he arrived, he refused service from my coworker, saying, "I want to talk to the girl who took my order." That was me. He said I had a soothing voice and should do ASMR. A bit weird, but harmless, right? Then he sat in his car outside for 15 minutes before coming back with a map, asking me for directions. I asked why he wasn't using his phone's GPS. As I pointed, I noticed him quickly hiding his screen. He had an audio recorder running. He came back just to record my voice. I immediately told my coworkers, and a friend from the kitchen, a 6'2", muscular guy, walked out and said, "I'm great with directions. My girlfriend," gesturing at me, "is terrible at them. Let me help you." Suddenly, the guy didn't need directions anymore. Whatever that was, it was incredibly disturbing. "Where do you work?" "Oh, which one? There are 6 of those in town." "Which exact location?" "No, don't worry. I won't randomly show up at your job, haha." Hey, did you block me? What did I do wrong?" As someone who's 5 feet 2 inches, 1.57 meters, I find it uncomfortable when guys I barely know, or even total strangers, randomly lift me off the ground in a hug. When men look at women and lick their lips in an unsettling way, there's a big difference between absent-mindedly licking your lips and the way some guys do it in a creepy, suggestive manner, hanging around and flirting with women at their jobs. They are smiling because they have to. They are talking to you because they have to. Sure, maybe they're actually interested, but given that they're required to interact, it just comes off as uncomfortable. Flirting with girls who are still in school uniforms, ignoring personal boundaries and invading someone's space without their permission.